Ethical integrity, the foundation of trust and character. Ethical integrity is the quality of consistently adhering to moral and ethical principles, even when it is difficult, inconvenient, or costly. It is more than just knowing what is right. It is about choosing to act in accordance with those principles, regardless of the circumstances. A person of integrity does not change their standards based on who is watching, what they might lose, or how others behave. Instead, they live by values that remain stable over time. At its core, ethical integrity involves several interconnected qualities: honesty, consistency, accountability, respect, and moral courage. Each of these traits helps shape a life marked by credibility and trustworthiness. Honesty, telling the truth, and rejecting deception. Honesty is the first pillar of integrity. A person of integrity is truthful in speech and action. This does not mean being harsh or blunt in ways that hurt others unnecessarily, but it does mean refusing to manipulate, exaggerate, or mislead for personal gain. In professional life, honesty could mean presenting accurate financial data, even if it shows losses, or admitting to a mistake instead of blaming others. In personal relationships, honesty builds trust, telling a friend the truth, rather than saying what they want to hear, or confessing a failure to a spouse rather than covering it up. Honesty can be difficult. There are often pressures to adjust the truth slightly to gain an advantage, yet the strength of integrity lies precisely in resisting this temptation, even when dishonesty might seem easier in the short term. Over time, honesty preserves credibility once trust is broken. It is very difficult to rebuild. Consistency, aligning actions with values. Consistency means living in a way that reflects the same ethical standards across all situations. Many people find it easy to uphold values when they are convenient, such as being generous when resources are plentiful, or being fair when no personal sacrifice is required. True consistency shows itself when circumstances are unfavorable. When being honest may cost a promotion, when being fair may mean losing profit, or when standing up for justice risks social isolation. Consistency is what prevents hypocrisy. A leader who preaches fairness but secretly exploits employees lacks integrity. A parent who tells children to be kind but acts rudely towards strangers teaches the opposite of what they claim to value. To live with consistency means one's actions and values are not divided, regardless of context. Accountability, taking responsibility. Accountability is the willingness to own the outcomes of one's actions, decisions, and words. It means not shifting blame to others, not making excuses, and not ignoring the consequences of one's behavior. In the workplace, accountability may involve admitting an error on a project and working to fix it rather than hiding it. In governance, leaders with accountability acknowledge when policies fail and seek to correct them instead of denying the problem. On a personal level, accountability means apologizing sincerely when wronging another person and making amends where possible. Accountability is also tied to humility. To be accountable requires recognizing that one is not infallible and that mistakes are part of being human. What distinguishes a person of integrity is their willingness to confront those mistakes openly. Respect for others. Dignity as a guiding principle. Ethical integrity extends beyond personal honesty and accountability to the way one treats others. Respect is foundational. To live with integrity is to recognize the inherent worth of every individual and to interact in ways that uphold their dignity. This means avoiding exploitation, discrimination, or manipulation. It also means practicing fairness, ensuring that decisions are not swayed by bias, favoritism, or prejudice. Respect is seen in daily actions, listening attentively, honoring commitments, acknowledging contributions, and treating people as ends in themselves rather than means to an end. Moral courage standing firm in adversity. Integrity often requires courage. Acting ethically is not always popular or safe. Moral courage is the willingness to uphold principles, even when it leads to criticism, loss, or conflict. History is filled with examples of individuals who embodied this trait. Whistleblowers who exposed corruption at great personal cost, civil rights leaders who stood against injustice, despite threats to their lives, or ordinary citizens who refused to participate in wrongdoing. Each shows that integrity requires bravery. Moral courage is also needed in smaller, everyday contexts, confronting gossip at the office, refusing to participate in unfair practices, or defending a vulnerable person. When others stay silent, these moments test whether one's commitment to integrity is genuine.